You ever look in the mirror and not recognize the person staring back at you? You ever feel like life has chipped away at you? Like you've been knocked down so many times, you don't even know where to start getting back up. Let me tell you something. Today is that start. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because life, it don't wait. Opportunity, it don't knock twice. You either decide to take control or you let the world decide for you. And let me be clear. Rebuilding yourself ain't about waiting for the right moment, the right motivation, or the right circumstances. It's about deciding right here, right now, that the version of you sitting in front of me ain't the version that's walking out of here today. So let's get to work. Let's rebuild. Let's start today. He said, life will give you every reason to point fingers, to shift blame, to say, it's not my fault. You can blame your past, your circumstances, the people who hurt you, the opportunities you didn't get, and maybe you'd be right. Maybe life wasn't fair. Maybe you were dealt a tougher hand than most, but here's the truth. No amount of blaming will change your reality. No amount of complaining will build you into the person you're meant to be. The only way forward is to take full responsibility for where you are right now. Responsibility doesn't mean everything that happened to you was your fault. It means that from this moment on, you own your future. You own your reactions. You own your decisions. The moment you take responsibility, you take back your power, because if it's always someone else's fault, then you're stuck waiting for them to change. But when you own it, you can change. You can rebuild. You can grow. It starts with looking in the mirror and being brutally honest. What habits are holding you back? What excuses have you been making? What fears have kept you from taking action? The difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck isn't talent, luck, or intelligence. It's responsibility. It's the decision to stop waiting, stop hoping someone else will fix things, and start taking action. When you take responsibility, you shift your mindset from victim to leader. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what can I do about it? That's when you move from powerless to powerful. That's when real change begins. Because the moment you decide to take ownership of your life, nothing and no one can stop you from rebuilding yourself into the person you were meant to be. Cutting out distractions and negative influences is one of the hardest but most necessary steps in rebuilding yourself. Every single day, you are either feeding your future or starving it. The people you surround yourself with, the content you consume, the habits you entertain, these things either push you forward or pull you backward. You can't build a strong foundation if your environment is full of cracks. Distractions come in many forms. Social media, endless scrolling, pointless drama, mindless entertainment. These things steal your time, your focus, and your energy. Every hour spent on things that don't serve you is an hour you could have invested in your growth. And if you're not careful, distractions become addictions, keeping you stuck in the same cycle day after day, year after year. You have to take control of your attention, because where your focus goes, your future follows. Then there are the negative influences, the people who drain you, who doubt you, who feed your insecurities, the ones who tell you that's too hard or you'll never make it. Some people will try to keep you at their level because your growth makes them uncomfortable. You have to recognize when someone is a roadblock to your progress and have the courage to walk away. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. Rebuilding yourself requires a clean slate. You have to cut ties with what no longer serves you. You have to be intentional about who and what you give your time to. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. And that design starts with eliminating everything that keeps you from becoming the person you're meant to be. Discipline is the foundation of transformation. Without it, motivation fades, excuses take over, and progress stalls. A disciplined daily routine isn't just about checking off a to-do list. It's about creating structure, consistency, and habits that align with your goals. If you want to rebuild yourself, your day-to-day actions must reflect that desire. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. The first step is mastering your mornings. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Do you wake up with purpose, or do you hit snooze and drift through the morning? A strong morning routine primes your mind and body for success, whether it's prayer, exercise, reading, journaling, or simply setting clear intentions. Small, intentional actions, repeated daily, create massive change over time. Your routine should also include time for self-improvement, reading, learning, developing skills. These are non-negotiable. You cannot grow into the person you want to be if you're not feeding your mind with the knowledge and wisdom necessary to get there. Instead of wasting time on distractions, invest in yourself. Discipline also means sticking to your commitments, even when you don't feel like it. There will be days when you're tired, unmotivated, or frustrated. That's when discipline separates the successful from the stagnant. You don't skip the work just because you're not in the mood. You show up no matter what. Because real change doesn't come from doing what's easy. It comes from doing what's necessary. Your daily routine is your blueprint. It's either building you up or tearing you down. If you want to rebuild yourself, you must take control of your days. Because what you do every day determines who you become. Mental toughness is the difference between those who rise and those who break under pressure. Life will test you. It will throw setbacks, failures, and pain in your path. You will be challenged in ways you never expected. But the people who rebuild themselves, the ones who transform their lives, are the ones who develop the strength to push through it all. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, one challenge at a time. The first step is learning how to control your emotions. Pain, frustration, disappointment. These feelings will come, but they don't have to dictate your actions. Weak minds react, strong minds respond. You have to train yourself to stay focused, stay composed, and keep moving forward, no matter what. The moment you let your emotions control you, you lose. You lose time, you lose focus, you lose progress. But when you learn to stay steady in the storm, nothing can shake you. Adversity is not your enemy, it's your training ground. Every struggle, every setback, every hardship is an opportunity to get stronger. The most resilient people are the ones who have been through the fire and refuse to break. Instead of running from difficulty, embrace it, use it, grow from it. Let it harden you into someone unshakable. You must also learn to embrace discomfort. Growth never happens inside your comfort zone. If you're not challenging yourself daily, physically, mentally, emotionally, then you're not building toughness. Push yourself to do what's hard, what's uncomfortable, what's inconvenient. Because every time you push past resistance, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses, stronger than your pain, stronger than your past. And once you master your mind, there is nothing in this world that can break you. Perfection is an illusion that keeps too many people stuck. Too many dreams have died because someone was waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect version of themselves before taking action. But the truth is, perfection doesn't exist, progress does. And if you want to rebuild yourself, you have to shift your focus from trying to be flawless to simply moving forward, one step at a time. Growth is messy. You will make mistakes. You will stumble. You will have days where you feel like you're failing. That's part of the process. The key is to not let those moments define you. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who never fall. It's the ones who keep getting back up. Every mistake is a lesson. Every setback is a stepping stone. If you learn from it, it's not failure, it's progress. Stop overthinking. Stop analyzing every decision until you talk yourself out of taking action. The most successful people are not the ones who wait until they feel completely ready. They start where they are, with what they have, and they improve along the way. Your first attempt won't be perfect. Your first steps will be shaky. But progress compounds. Small wins lead to big results over time. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be better than you were yesterday. Focus on growth, on learning, on taking action, because the person who moves forward, even imperfectly, will always be miles ahead of the person who waits for everything to be just right. Progress is the only thing that matters. And if you commit to improving just a little bit every day, you'll look back and realize you've rebuilt yourself into someone unstoppable. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you make the decision to invest in yourself. If you want to rebuild your life, you have to become a student of success, a student of wisdom, a student of discipline. Every skill, every mindset, every breakthrough you need is out there. But it's your responsibility to seek it, learn it, and apply it. Your mind is either an asset or a liability. If you don't feed it the right things, it will work against you. Negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, fear, and doubt will take over if you don't actively replace them with knowledge, truth, and confidence. The strongest people are not just physically tough. They are mentally sharp. They read, they study, they surround themselves with people who challenge them to think bigger. They never stop learning because they know that growth is a lifelong commitment. Success leaves clues. The people who have built greatness, who have overcome adversity, who have achieved what you aspire to, they have written books, shared their stories, giving you the blueprint. The question is, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to put in the time to expand your mind, sharpen your skills, and elevate your thinking? Or are you just going to keep doing what you've always done and hope for a different result? Every book you read, every mentor you listen to, every lesson you apply is an investment in your future self. And here's the truth. If you don't invest in yourself, no one else will. If you want to rebuild yourself into someone stronger, wiser, and more successful, then you have to commit to constant learning. Because the moment you stop growing, your body is the engine that drives your success. You can have all the ambition, all the discipline, all the mental toughness in the world, but if your body is weak, tired, and drained, you will struggle to perform at your highest level. Rebuilding yourself is not just about sharpening your mind. It's about strengthening your body. because the two are deeply connected. Physical fitness isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling strong, capable, and energized. When you take care of your body, you think clearer, you move faster, you push harder. A weak body leads to a weak mind, and a weak mind leads to weak results. You need the stamina to keep going when things get tough. You need the strength to push through obstacles. And that starts with how you treat your body every single day. It's simple. Move every day. Train your body like you train your mind, whether it's lifting weights, running, boxing, or even just getting outside and challenging yourself physically. You must make movement a non-negotiable part of your routine. When you push your body past its limits, you develop discipline, resilience, and mental toughness, qualities that carry over into every area of your life. Nutrition matters too. Garbage in, garbage out. If you're fueling yourself with junk, don't be surprised when your energy crashes and your focus disappears. Eat like someone who values their future. Hydrate. Get quality sleep and recover properly. Because when your body is functioning at its best, you have the strength, energy, and drive to take on anything. Your body is not separate from your success. It is the foundation of it. Treat it like the powerful machine it was built to be, and watch how much more you're capable of achieving. The people you surround yourself with will either push you forward or hold you back. If you want to rebuild yourself, you need to be intentional about who you allow into your life. Energy is contagious. Spend enough time around weak-minded, negative, unmotivated people, and you'll start thinking, acting, and living like them. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, disciplined, and constantly improving, you'll rise to their level. Look at your inner circle. Do they challenge you to be better? Do they hold you accountable? Do they inspire you to grow? Or do they drag you into distractions, excuses, and mediocrity? You cannot afford to keep people in your life who don't align with your vision. Loyalty to the wrong crowd will destroy your potential. Some people will resent your growth because it reminds them of what they're not doing. Others will try to keep you at their level because your success makes them uncomfortable. Recognize who is adding to your life and who is subtracting from it. Find mentors. Learn from those who have already achieved what you're striving for. Surround yourself with people who think bigger, work harder, and expect more from themselves. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to be in a room where you are constantly learning and growing. Relationships should elevate you, not drain you. Choose wisely. Because the people around you will either be your greatest asset or your biggest obstacle. If you truly want to rebuild yourself, you must surround yourself with individuals who push you to become the person you were meant to be. Self-control is the cornerstone of long-term success. Without it, your emotions, impulses, and desires will dictate your actions, leaving you powerless in the face of temptation and setbacks. If you want to rebuild yourself, you must master the art of self-discipline, especially when it comes to your time, your habits, and your reactions. Start with your time. Every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. How you spend your day determines where you'll end up. Are you investing your time in things that push you closer to your goals, or are you letting distractions steal it away? Self-control means saying no to the things that won't serve you and saying yes to the things that will. It means protecting your time with a fierce commitment to your future. Then, look at your habits. Do your daily routines align with the person you want to become? Or are you stuck in patterns that keep you stagnant? Self-control means breaking free from bad habits and replacing them with positive ones. It means making decisions that move you closer to your goals, even when it's uncomfortable, inconvenient, or difficult. Success isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about making the right choices consistently over. Finally, self-control means mastering your emotions. Life will throw challenges your way, and there will be times when you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or angry. The key is to control how you respond. Your reactions will either build your character or destroy it. Learning to pause before reacting, to think clearly, and to act with intention rather than emotion is the hallmark of a strong, resilient individual. Master self-control, and you will master your destiny. Because when you control yourself, you control your future. Commitment is the fuel that drives your transformation. Rebuilding yourself isn't a one-time event. It's a daily commitment to showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's the decision to keep going when things get tough, when progress seems slow, or when failure seems inevitable. It's not about having the motivation to do something once in a while. It's about being consistent, even on the days when you don't feel inspired. You have to commit to your vision, to your goals, to the person you're becoming. That means making promises to yourself and keeping them no matter what. Your word is your bond. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Even when the world isn't watching, even when there's no immediate reward, you have to stay committed to the process. Commitment means pushing through the discomfort. There will be days when your body is tired, when your mind is exhausted, and when you wonder if it's all worth it. That's when commitment matters most. It's easy to stay committed when everything is going well. It's the tough days that define you. It's on those days that you have to dig deep, push past the resistance, and remind yourself that progress is being made, even when you can't see it right away. Commitment is also about consistency. Success doesn't come from a single burst of effort. It comes from showing up day after day, no matter what. Small, consistent actions lead to big results over time. So if you want to rebuild yourself, make a commitment to take consistent action, no matter how small it may seem in the moment. Keep showing up. Keep putting in the work. Your commitment will pay off, and you'll look back one day and realize that you've become exactly who you've been striving to be. Rebuilding yourself isn't easy, but it's necessary. It's about taking responsibility for your life, cutting out distractions, and building the discipline to follow through every single day. It's about developing mental toughness, embracing progress over perfection, and investing in your growth, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's about surrounding yourself with people who elevate you and mastering the art of self-control so your actions align with your goals. But above all, it's about commitment, the unwavering decision to keep moving forward no matter the obstacles. This journey isn't for the faint of heart. It's for those who are ready to put in the work, who are willing to sacrifice comfort for growth, who refuse to stay stuck in a life they don't want. But if you're willing to stay committed to the process, to stay disciplined, and to keep taking those steps, no matter how small, you will transform. You won't recognize the person you are today and the person you'll become But that's the beauty of the process. Every sacrifice, every challenge, every moment of doubt will build the version of yourself that you've always been capable of becoming. It's time to stop waiting for the right moment. It's time to start rebuilding